But welcome to the club. But yeah, I said I was 20/20 vision my entire life.
Yeah.
Up until I guess it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now I'm playing softball, and I feel like when I first got them on too, it was so cool. Like when I had the glasses and the contacts. I remember when I first put them on in there, and I'm in this mall. I don't know if you know Baltimore. I don't, because I'm not from here. But the mall I go to for my glasses is called like Mondama Mall. It's something weird with a name like that, but it's like in the city. Like, and then it's not like in the good part. Like, it's not in the good part. Like, apparently that was one of the malls that like they wreaked havoc on when the riots happened with Freddie Gray back in like 2015 or whatever it was. So it was in the prime spot. And when they put it on, like they were trying to talk to me. I didn't want to talk to them. I was just like, the world looks so pretty.
Yeah, you're like taking everything in.
I could not believe it. And like,
yeah.
and like it got to the point where like every time I put them on, I felt like a superhero. Like I was like putting X-ray vision goggles on because like and the world just looks for the longest time. I kept telling everybody, I was like, the first thing I noticed was like purple looked so much more prettier. Like it was wild, dude. And I was just in denial my whole life.
Yeah.
Me wearing glasses, never thought that would happen.
I've had. Like, I got glasses when I was in kindergarten.
Oh, you had them a lot. You got called Four Eyes, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time.
Dude, as a kindergartner, first grade, somebody call you that? Oh.
Yeah. Tough. It makes me think, like, how bad I had to have been, like, squinting, though, for someone to be like, this 5-year-old, like, clearly needs prescription. And, like, to this day, so I wasn't allowed to wear contacts until I was, like, maybe 14, 15, because my mom was like, you're not responsible enough.
That's another story, trying to
wear
put them
contacts, yeah. But then I got them, and then I switched back to glasses for a little bit, and then now I'm back in contacts. But when I tell you my glasses are, like, they have to be, like, this thick.
You brought them over one time.
Yeah, it's awful.
Dude, I couldn't see more than 5 feet in front
Yeah,
of me.
no. Well, that's how I am without them.
Yeah. Well, I grew up with people that had glasses their whole life that were thick like that. And you never really understand when they say, if you put these glasses on, that's almost what I see without them. And I would put them on, and I'm like, there's no human way, like, God would do that to somebody's eyes. Damn right he would.
I know. I'm like, I feel like I'm being punished for something.
And I'm just like, wow, how do you, like, so it's, but dang, Four Eyes as a kindergartner, man.
Yeah, it was tough.
Man, that's a tough one to be.
Tough.
Yeah, some of the name calls, dude, they would always get me. Like, I would call somebody a name, and they'd be like, sticks and stones may break my bones.
Gosh, yeah.
Or I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounce off to me and sticks to you. You ever heard that one?
No. That must be a millennial thing.
Yeah.
You guys are worried.
Yeah, millennial, what's up?
Yeah, because I was called Four Eyes, and then so I grew up in Frederick County until I was like 9 years old.
Okay.
And then we moved to Virginia, and where we moved to in Virginia was like very diverse. My sister and I were probably like the only white kids at our elementary school. Yeah, so we learned what cracker meant too. So it was like I had glasses and I was being made fun of for being white. Yeah.
Well, okay, I grew up in a complete
opposite
Rising Sun.
Yeah.
Rising Sun, Maryland, and
shout out.
Shout out Cecil County, baby. And I didn't know this growing up, and I'd never seen anything but Rising Sun. Apparently, at least that funny Urban Dictionary website, they say Rising Sun's the KKK capital of I don't know of America, but I think it even says the world. It's not true.
Really?
It's not true.
Yeah.
But anytime when I grew up, I was so self-conscious about it. Black people would ask me what school I went to, and I always said Elkton. Always said Elkton.
Really?
Now I'm prideful about it. Like, Rising Sun, graduate from there. That's the school I went to. I shouldn't be ashamed. You know what I mean? But I got to the point where and then now as I'm older and I work with guys that live around here, some of them never even heard of Rising Sun. So it's all like.
Yeah.
But anyway, the moral part of the story is, so my school, all through elementary school, I don't know if we even had one black person. Same with middle school, but when I got to high school, so my high school was, I guess, considered small because we had 1,200 kids total, or like 1,100
That's
total.
very small, yeah.
And my graduation class was like 260 something.
Okay.
So, but from 9th to 12th graders, I'm not joking, I think there was only 2 black kids in my school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was which is really interesting because as I grew up, you know, I didn't grow up with a lot of like with different race, I guess you can say, but I wasn't racist. I was, you know, but I would play for sports too. So obviously I play with like black people and all that. But what it made me do is not realize like the racism towards black people. So like when like that, the whole fighting of like the N word and all that stuff, like I like, I took it. I used to say that word like how people say like that's gay. When like, but it could be like that's stupid.
just throw
But
it
if I
around.
called that one like, dude, like that's just the way I grew up, and I didn't mean. I took it as like the term because I was growing up. It's not at a person. It's just what I was brainwashed. It's just like somebody's mannerism or maybe their character. So I used to sling that word. I'll admit it. I used to sling that. I ain't like that now. And but from growing up there, and then living out here in the last 5 years now, I guess 4 or 5 years, it really made me open my eyes up, like the difference between like I don't know the struggles that races go through. I'm not trying to say them to be like nice and all that, but like I never like that hard R word did not seem like a big deal to me growing up, and it's just where I grew up. You know, like
I mean, if it wasn't diverse.
Yeah,
See, like where I
yeah.
grew up, like as a white girl, if you say like you can say that word, but you will be like paying some consequences for it if you say it around the wrong
we didn't
person.
have people around us with
So it's like I
consequences
refrained
that.
from saying it, but
Oh, it's a
you
horrible
know,
word. Yeah, it's a horrible word. Yeah. I mean, I'm like I said, I would literally just say it just because it was part of my vocabulary.
Sure.
Like just, but I was using it for stupid, dumb, adjectives, verbs, nouns, and all that stuff. So, but anyway, that was just kind of interesting that you said that. And,
I know a lot of people don't like they don't think that about Northern Virginia, where it's like no, it's like a huge immigration hub. So besides black people, I mean, you've got a lot of Hispanics, you've got a lot of Asian. I mean, people from all over the world. So like that was very normal
especially
to me.
Virginia.
And then I get
DC
clean,
right there.
and I moved to Annapolis.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't get me wrong, this is still a pretty diverse area. I feel like between like Annapolis and Baltimore, but it's not Springfield.
Yeah. Now, speaking of races, I was talking about this with my buddy last week. Races, not racist. But you know, I do solar, and I'm at a different home every day.
Yeah.
And we go into different neighborhoods. And him and I were talking about this, and dude, I know, so like we always focus on the poor community. Like you either have a poor black community, a poor white community, trailer park, or I ever see poor Asians. I feel like they all got money, Asians. But anyway, that's not my point. But anyway, when we go do these jobs, right? Obviously, if you want solar, you're wealthy.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
You
that's
got
on
money.
your list.
I mean, like you literally can spend 40 grand at once and know that you're able to pay your mortgage next month. Like, I can't see me spending 40 grand in a day. And if I get a brand new car, I know dang well I took a loan for it. My money.
It's not just dropping it all at
but
once.
what we noticed was all the neighborhoods. Some people don't think about it. We're in an all-white neighborhood, rich.
Yeah.
We're in an all-white, black, rich neighborhood. There's not that many diverse neighborhoods. So it's not even just a poor. What we've realized is that, like, I just feel like, I don't know if it's a county thing. I don't know if it's an agreement thing in those areas or what, but I'm not joking. 90% of our jobs that are in neighborhoods, it's either it's one race.
Yeah.
And I never really thought about it that way because the argument's always the poorer communities all stay together. But nah, dude. But I also kind of think even wealthy kind of has some, I don't know, privileges from their race. Like you could still, or I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, elaborate.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like races stick together no matter poor to rich.
Yeah. I mean, it's maybe something I didn't pick up on as much until I moved up here.
Yeah.
But it is something I notice at work with, the customers that come in to drop money.
Yeah.
Like a lot of our wealthier customers that are black they're in Bowie.
Yeah.
They're all in Bowie. A lot of our wealthier customers that are white are Annapolis, Severna Park.
Yeah, right. They're all in like one area.
It's a little more concentrated.
And like I always, from all the arguments and everything I feel like the richer you are, like the more diverse it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not like that at all.
I don't know. yeah.
But yeah, good old freaking jewelry store.
Yep.
And how long you been there?
I've been where I am now. I came on board 2023. I'd actually left for like 6 months to go try to
Something
work
else?
in a dentist office as a front desk person.
What made you want to switch to that? You just weren't
I think I was just a little like
bored
beat
or
down.
trying to figure out what you want to do?
It's tough. And I don't think people always
Well,
understand.
you're kind of like a sales.
I
You are a
am, yeah.
saleswoman, right?
Yeah, and it's more because I think people think like the mall, and it's like no, like this is
You're like your own store,
this is like
right?
a luxury sales floor. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a freestanding store in the Annapolis Town
That's
Center.
why I was asked about junkies. Like, do they still go there? And they just say,
I mean, we'll pay them.
yeah, that's
We'll
true.
still write the check legally, like it's
That's
you
true.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. So you left sales. You
I
didn't,
left sales for a little bit, and then I came back because I missed it. Yeah.
And now, what did you do last year?
I did $1 million in jewelry sales.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of jewelry.
Yeah, so wasn't like a lot of very expensive stuff. Well, then, even if it was, but still, even if it was, $1 million is a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
was hustling.
to me, $10,000 on a jewelry is expensive.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what you're like. No, because you can get good engagement rings for like $3,000. It's kind of like what I got Brittany and all that.
Yeah, well, gold's really high right now, so that's not really the case anymore.
Oh yeah, so I want to ask that. So your products, with it being a gold or silver, right? And if like, you know, because like gold kind of runs how it's got its own market.
Yeah.
One day it could be really, and I go to the scrap yard, so I see copper do that, right? And now that I'm involved in the market, I kind of pick which days I go to the scrap yard, depending. And like I didn't know I could do that. And but anyway, so I was wondering. So like, let's just say you have like a gold ring, and it's worth. Let's just throw a number out there, an easy one, $10,000, right? At that moment, on March 5th, it was that. March 13th, gold was really high. That price will go up with it, or is it? What do you mean by like your gold's really high right now?
The price will go up with it. So a big thing like I'm pushing with a lot of my customers, because first off, I provide great customer service, but also like logistically, like gold's so high right now that let's say your ring was worth 10 grand back in 2020.
Yeah.
It's probably worth today closer to 14, 15 grand.
But my thing is like, could the price drop within a matter of days if the price of gold worth goes? So it can.
Yeah, like stocks.
So it does. So even jewelry kind of goes with the stock gold market. Okay.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand with it.
That is actually something I always wanted to know because especially me, dude. I look at the stock market probably 20 times a day.
Yeah.
I got an older brother. Him and I are like looking at this and like. It's stuff that like I like because I use that as my savings account. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then like, you know, like if I make $5 in a day or something like stock that I chose, I'm fucking pumped. You know what I mean?
Dinner on
yeah, exactly. You know, but I'm only paying $10 here and there. But like, you know, if you got a rich person who puts $500,000, you know what I mean? My $5. You know, let's say something goes up 5%. That 5% for them is like whatever 5% of 500,000 is. Like that's a nice little payday, a couple $1,000s. You know, so. But yeah, that's interesting. I was always wondering if jewelry does go. So that's cool.
Gold's up, diamonds are down a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Nothing crazy, but.
Do more people? Do you notice a difference? Like if gold's down, more people could tend to buy, or is it just whatever the price is, whatever?
I'll say it's tough to tell because we're in Annapolis.
Yeah.
And it's just people are dropping money regardless.
Yeah, okay.
And I mean, it's one of those markets where like people are they're gonna get engaged and they're gonna get wedding bands. So it's we have busier times more than others. I would say the hardest seasons for us are when they're government shutdowns.
Really?
That hits us really hard because a lot of our customers are feds.
Oh.
Yeah. A lot
you
of
are
our
in Annapolis
customers
too.
are feds, so they're commuting into DC when there's a shutdown. I mean, with good reason. Like it's hard.
I mean, if they're not getting paid, they're always going to buy any money.
You know, management wants you to kind of push the sale a little bit, and it's like, you know, am I going to tell someone who's out of work like you need this $30,000 bracelet? I mean, it's like, don't do it.
And like with the government shutdowns, you never know when it's going to open. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're not like, hey, it's not going to be closed for 3 years, but 30 days is a long time.
It's a long time to go without a paycheck.
Dude, a long
I'd be
time.
sick.
Oh yeah, a lot of people leave and do Uber or something like that.
Yeah,
Like
I
that's
mean,
what's going on with the airports. You don't really realize how much airports are tied in with federal government. I never really thought about it that way. But like the TSA agents, apparently that's federal because they're always the ones they talk about. Like, so people are like, after not getting a paycheck, they go leave to go make money somewhere else. So that's why the lines are so long. People getting checked in for flights.
Heard that,
flights getting delayed. I didn't know what that. So one day I just dug in to see what they mean by it, and that makes sense. You know, you have less workers. It's like this damn Walmart right up the road from here. I drive 10 to 15 minutes out of my way to avoid that because they have 2 people working at a time.
Yeah.
So, but that other one, they got 400 people working at a time, and I know I can go in line and
get checked out.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So I guess that makes sense with less
with
people
TSA,
working. And it's pretty wild, man.
I'm always so afraid of TSA. Whenever I go to the airport, I'm like, I'm suspicious. I think it's just because they're evaluating like to see if you are suspicious, and I'm such an anxious person. I'm like, I probably have some. There's a bomb in my suitcase, and I'm like, not what they'd like typecast at all for that role.
I got a passport. It's upstairs. I think I found it, but it actually expires. I think it expires this year, but this is the only time I used it. My picture. So it was at the point. So at one point in my life, my hair was past my shoulders. That's when Brittany and I met.
Yeah.
But that was like, this was like 2 years prior when I got this passport. So my hair wasn't quite that long, but it was like here. And I used to wear like a to keep it out of my face, like a bandana. Actually, my hair was beautiful. Like absolutely beautiful.
Do you miss it?
Oh, dude, but the maintenance.
Yeah.
The maintenance, dude. I have good hair days, bad hair days. The knots. I'm a dude. I never had long hair. I didn't know. Brittany one time asked me to brush her hair for her, right? And I start at the top and just, that's how I always combed my hair.
Oh my gosh, you're probably ripping out so much hair at once.
Dude, behind my couch it was disgusting. It was just lumps of hair, and it was just like, the only reason I didn't, because I didn't know how I cut it, is because I didn't know how to manage it. I just didn't. And I never asked anybody. And then one day I got it cut, and I just can't go through those 7 awkward stages anymore.
Yeah.
I have to time it perfect because my hair goes thick. Like, if I get a haircut in August and that's my last one, I'm good. But anything before that, my hair gets too thick for the heat. It's still humid. I can't.
What you do for work.
Yeah. And like if I do it in August, right, it gets a little grow. The awkward stage starts happening in like October. It's starting to get cold. I'm wearing hats all winter, and then I get through it. But just regardless, that maintenance. So anyway, I'm like trying to brush my hair. That's how I thought how you got knots out. You start from the top, not.
You gotta start from
So that's why I got it cut, and I miss it. It's because it's just the maintenance from it. And so anyway, my passport. If you look at it, and I got searched before this cruise. I literally look like, and my great grandmother is 100% Palestinian. So I do, with long hair and thicker beard, which I had, I do look like I have traits of the Middle East.
Yeah.
And the fact that I went with 7 people and I was the only one they pulled off to the side. I don't know if they were
pulled off.
Oh yeah, I got searched. Yeah, I mean I didn't have anything, but yeah. They pulled me out, and I don't know if it was just luck of the draw. I mean I'm not joking. If you looked at my passport, you wouldn't even think white American. I'm telling you right now,
really?
you're good.
Yeah.
Maybe white American right away, maybe, but a close second, if not first.
Like a spicy white.
Yes, yeah, like I look like I could be from Spain, maybe / Middle East, but anyway. So TSA, have you ever seen them videos where like they pull somebody out, they check it, and like their friends play a prank on them, and they got this like 4-foot dildo in there.
Oh,
you ever seen
I thought you were
that?
to be like their friends prank them, and there's like a perk 10 in there. Or something.
No, I seen them like and they like look at the people and they're like, what? And they like pull out who needs something that big? Like I mean, like you didn't really say anything. I guess some people were into that. I guess I don't know. Like I feel like if you're like and your biceps are showing, and you got to hold with 2 hands, that's
you're straining to carry
that's
it.
Big.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've seen videos where people are putting that in, and then I guess they make them that big because they have customers. They got customers for that.
There's a market for it.
Yeah.
There's a market for anything.
Not for me. Exit only for me. Exit only.
You're gonna clip this part. I just know it.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude.
This part's going on Facebook.
Getting the exit only on there.
Oh god.
But I know I don't know if you heard me ranting earlier, but AI.
Yeah.
Have you been kind of like understanding it? I mean, I don't know if that's a good question, but because it's starting to become, if it's not yet, but it's going to be everything.
Yeah.
And I was talking about it. It was kind of crazy that I saw this Joe Rogan clip this morning. But I said it from the very beginning. I don't trust AI because, like, we've seen the movie iRobots, and it started out as a joke.
Yeah.
Like, you ever seen iRobot with Will Smith? I mean, you get the gist of it. He's in the world, and he's got like there's robots in the world.
Okay.
The robots turn on in the world and become evil and stuff like
Sure.
that. And that's kind of like what AI is. And when you hear people say like it's going to be the next iRobot, that's the joke they're like kind of like referencing.
Yeah,
But I mean, really, they're gonna like they're already like communicating with each other. So, but at first I was like AI bullcrap. I still want to do my own search and all that stuff, dude. We have to learn to live with it because it's here.
Yeah.
It's
not
here.
going anywhere.
And just last summer, we're not even a year yet, I said this sentence. In a couple years, AI is going to be just way too real. It is way too real now.
Yeah.
Because just a couple months ago, I could be like, that's AI. Now I'm like, does that line not line up? That is crazy.
It's getting a little
so
too close
then
for
I
comfort.
saw Joe Rogan on a clip this morning on a most recent episode. And he just became Christian like 2 years ago. Like he was an atheist his whole life.
Oh, I didn't know
yeah,
that.
so it's actually pretty cool. And so he just became, so he's still kind of like learning. He's going to church and stuff like that.
Wow.
So he was talking to his guests. It was two of them, and they were actually like speechless. And he was like, and right before I saw that clip just a couple days ago, these phones fucking hear us.
Oh yeah.
Because I talk all the time, and I told Brittany, the Antichrist, like, you know, do you know who the Antichrist is? What it is? It's like the guy that's supposed to come down, act like it's world peace, but it's really
well, it's like beginning of the end.
yeah, exactly. So I said something like that. I said AI, I think, could like somehow play a part in end of the world, and like something with an Antichrist. Well, in the Bible, everybody's visualizing like a human being being the Antichrist. Well, somebody said, well, in today's world, it just seems like no human being is going to trust any human being. Like, do you really think there's there's a possible person at this point in life where just, if this political party or type of person agrees with something, no matter what, this other side is going to disagree with it just because like they didn't come up with it. That's like so I feel like if an actual human being who I can do world peace, you all need to listen to me. Do you really think anybody's going to, 100% of the people are going to fall for anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the problem with it, like in the way that Antichrist could play, or the way that Antichrist could play a role in it, is people are becoming so dependent on AI, they're not thinking, and I'm guilty of it. I ask ChatGPT like 3 or 4 times a week, like how many tablespoons are in a cup.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember, and I know it's gonna have the answer like that. Or I use it for like cooking all the time, or like I'll use it for
Brittany
work
got to the point
sometimes,
where she couldn't use it, like, and I got it on video, her saying it. I was real nice for her not to show it to the world. It's on the full one, but she used it for 50 plus 50. Do you know what 50 plus 50 is? You don't know what 50 plus 50 is?
100?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I was like, why are you saying it? Like,
I was going to say, oh my goodness, Emily. No. But she said, and I said, no, you're joking, right? Because just weeks prior to that, she said she needed to take a break from it because she was coming to that for everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, Brittany used it for that. She goes, that's when I realized, like, I got so used to not using my brain. And so she said she gave it a break. And I was like, 50 plus 50. She goes, I know that. And I was like, yeah, I feel like most people should know that instantly. But the whole thing, I want to circle back around to the Antichrist thing. So Joe Rogan this morning, after just days prior, I saw somebody say AI could play a part in the Antichrist. Joe Rogan said something like, you know, with this war stuff going on, what if this is end of times? You know what I mean? What if there's like somebody on their phone, posted on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, and it's Jesus on a white horse coming down from the sky? You know, and then we see it over here in America, what's going on in the Middle East, like, oh my gosh, Jesus is coming. You're going to try to tell me right now, people are going to be like, that's AI. They're not going to even think that it's real. And what if it really, I mean, I'm not saying you believe any of that. I don't know what you believe, but I'm just talking about what I saw in the clip, and it was such a good point. And I'm just like, yeah, man, like we get so used to AI because I'm almost at the point, what is real, what is not.
Yeah.
And I don't see why, nobody would believe that right away. Especially if they said right now it's happening in the Middle East, somebody's part of the war, somebody's being funny, it's an AI. So, but anyway, he was saying that, but the way he worded it was like spot on. You can tell he was like really concerned because he's just now like trying to get into God and stuff like that. So, but I think AI is going to be dangerous. That's why our electric bills are going up, and they're going to keep going up because the amount of electricity that stuff uses, it's crazy. So if you got some time to yourself, I want you to look up AI and the data centers and all that good stuff because it's scary, and even though it's scary, you have to learn to live with it now.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, the Iran war and all that, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's...
I'm so disappointed in my guy, man, because, gosh darn it, man. My guy, dude. I had Trump's back for 8 years, man.
Yeah.
His first term, it was great. And then I know damn well 2020 election was cheated. That was a fraudulent election. I don't care what anybody says, but that happened to him. So one, he got cheated out of an election. Two, they impeached him twice.
Yeah. Oh my God. How did I forget about that?
Yeah. They impeached him twice.
That was a crazy time.
The one of them has been found. They've impeached him because they said he had Russian collusion. That came out as it was a complete made-up thing in Congress.
Yeah.
Those people are still in there, which is crazy how our government works. But anyway, so he was impeached twice. He's been assassinated attempt twice, and I'm sure a bunch of other threats. They tried making him broke. They tried putting him in jail. So we're like, this dude's the underdog, right? This guy's not a politician.
Yeah.
The politicians hate him because he's not him.
Yeah.
So like, or because he's not them. And then you're like, so of course, everybody already went through a term with Trump. We're like, no wars. We didn't have any wars. We didn't need any. There were threats, but Trump, that's just Trump talking shit. So now we're here around, and then we're like, this dude's going to expose the Epstein files. This guy's going to take down the government. He's going to drain the swamp.
Yeah.
And then as just people who have had Trump's back for 8 years, dude, it's been such a letdown, but I am so glad he was elected because it goes to really show you that no matter who it is and who you think can't be controlled, somehow America is not in control.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. And people get on me all the time because I'll be honest about it. I'm not going to be one of these people that's like, Trump's the man. He's doing everything I say. And, I'm like, I had such this guy's back for 8 years. It would be wrong for me to not hold him accountable. You know what I mean? Like, he's not perfect. And nobody's perfect. And, but like, let me just say, man, I am... disappointed.
Yeah.
We would still be, the conflicts and everything would still be going no matter who the hell would have been in there. But the thing is, this is showing that this is happening even though Trump is in there. And I still feel like I don't have a real answer with what's going on with Iran, why we went to war.
I don't know if we ever will have like a real answer. And like my family talks about this a lot. Like I come from a really religious background like you. And it's like the Bible talks about like how there's always been conflict in that part of the world. There probably always will, because you got to think between us, who are over there right now, Israel, and then Palestine and all these other neighboring countries. That's the big three religions right there. And you can't put the big three religions all within a specific area and be like, all right, guys, like, get along.
And and Tucker Carlson got on, I saw a clip of him, and he was saying that, like, this is a religious war. And I was like, no. Is it? Now, if we're literally in this war, like I think, 100%, not because of us. I don't think that maybe Trump just has some big balls sometimes and just wants to bomb people. A government or something like that. So but the reason we're in this war is not. This was not our interest. It's 100% Israel's.
But I mean, and hear me out. And I don't say this in a way to slander America, but that's always been the American way, is sticking our hands in the pot when it, you know, and I'm not saying like that's wrong of us per se, because there's been lots of times where we've jumped in and it's been like a humanitarian crisis, like genocides or just like bad,
I'm not saying every time we've done it was a bad thing,
but it's like, I think one of our patterns, if you will, is we overstay our welcome and we make things worse than how it was when we arrived.
Well, that's how it like whatever war they got going on now, if it's going to be that, keep it that way. The problem's going to come when they put troops out there on feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was the tension that like Iraq and Afghanistan and all that had for 20 years, you know? And plus I grew up, I was born in 1990, you know, so I was 11 years old when September 11th happened.
Yeah.
So from 2000, well, we didn't go to war right away, but we had a whole year of mourning for that. Then a year later, we go to war, and that war didn't end until what? Technically a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And so I seen that, what it did from, you know, at least the people that grew up around me, like most of my prime life, we were in war, you know, and like it was just the talk about every day. Then, you know, things died down the last, you know, 5, 6, 7 years about war because the whole the Afghanistan-Iraq war was ending. And then, but anyway, it's just, I didn't want to be in another war, and I feel like I don't have the full answer. I honestly think part of this war was started for an excuse or wanting us to join in is also to cover the Epstein files. I think that does
I definitely think they want to take away
like
attention
people search
from
it.
Because anyone that's normal, like not higher up like that, like not involved, is like deeply disturbed by those files.
Dude, oh my gosh.
I can't read them anymore.
Dude, did Brittany tell you how I was?
Yeah, she said you entered a psychosis.
Dude.
She was going to check you in.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know I was that way
you were
either.
Like, I thought I was fine.
Then it was just, I thought I was. And then I think one day I was just like, I just realized how exhausted I was. It's all I wanted to do that's all I wanted, because I thought I was going to, but they redact so much stuff. And the way they did it made it so hard. And then when I realized that I was going out of because my goal was I wanted to just make sure, because you can't believe everything on the internet. You know what I mean? For years, man, people can just make a tweet up that was said, or a Twitter or emails. You can just Photoshop anything these days. So I'm trying to find things, compare things off the internet. And what I was discovering stuff that I was seeing firsthand, like before somebody else showed it on Twitter. At least I didn't see it yet. And I'm typing in all these names, and I'm just like, and what I learned was that like there were so many people that were involved in it that are dead, victims or anybody that tried talking about it. They're not just like they're dead.
Yeah, they're gone.
And that made me just realize how deep and dark this stuff is. Then, you know who Alex Jones is? So you might not know who he is, but he was like the first conspiracy YouTuber back in the day.
Okay.
So the internet didn't come around till like, I don't know, in the 90s, right? And I don't even know when YouTube came out. It had to be before YouTube, but Alex Jones was this guy getting on the internet. And at the time, he was like a big conspiracy guy. There's a lot of things he said that came out true and all that, but there's this thing called Skulls and Bones, I think, but out in Bohemia Grove, out there in California, there was always this rumor where they go out in these woods and all the elites go there and sacrifice children. There's a stone that's like an owl, and I was always told that the elites go there and they sacrifice children. They do like satanic rituals and all that stuff, and he always used to talk about it. Well, he got in there one time, and he's not the only one, but some people have been able to sneak a camera in there. It's way in the woods. Like, they take shuttle buses and all that. It's called Bohemia Grove. It's in California. Nothing happens there anymore ever since it's really got exposed. But all the elites used to go there. So I used to hear about these demonic rituals before I was even in high school, right? And Alex Jones used to get canceled all the time because he would say all that stuff. I mean, to tell another human being, when I first heard it, like, there's no way people...
It seems far-fetched,
Right? Yeah. Exactly. So, and then when I'm seeing it firsthand, and I knew the Epstein files were deep. This is 10 times... And I knew, like, when I mean I knew it was deep, deep. This stuff is like 10 times deeper than what you could even imagine.
Yeah.
Everything plays a part. Not everything, but a lot more than you think is somehow tied in with these files.
Yeah.
And then anyway, I just got so exhausted. I'm a dad and shit. And next thing you know, it was just so much information. I was retaining it at once, and I guess I lost it.
Yeah.
But then I saw a video of this guy at an airport. Okay, airports, I don't know what it is, but people lose their minds at airports.
Stressful.
Yeah, it really is.
Stressful being in
But
one.
this guy is in the middle of the lobby screaming, "What are y'all doing? Are you guys not reading the Epstein files? This is demonic." Like he's screaming, like he just wanted to let it out. And that's what I felt like I wanted to do, because it was just mind blowing to me. I mean, I'm doing it now that everybody's just still doing their 9-to-5 job, you know, doing what they're doing to survive. But like, people like us, we can't focus on it because we're trying to get by.
Yeah.
I can't save thousands of dollars a month, you know? I'm lucky if I'm able to save $50 a month, you know? And like the thing is, for people in our the middle class, whatever you want to call us, like
Working
we
class,
can't we can't focus on that. But that's what I want to do. I just wanted to scream to the world, do you guys not understand what's happening? Like, do you guys not? But the thing is, like, it's so far-fetched to some people, and it was far-fetched to me.
Yeah, I think like one of the things that really got me for it, because it's like, you know, were you reading like the actual files like on the DOJ website? Yeah, so was I. You know, you're through it, and a lot of it's, you know, like photographic evidence, and just like pictures from different scenes and stuff, and you got the emails, and then like I started reading I got caught up into like the actual legal consequences for people who were involved with that.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the big things that got me was like just on how big of a scale it all was. Like this was international. This was affected everyone in every single country.
Like Lex Wessner was a co-conspirator, and I didn't know co-conspirator means you were one of the right-hand man that were
you were running it.
You were running it.
Yeah.
Right? And Lex Wessner, you know who that is? That's the dude for it's either American Eagle or Aeropostale. It's one of the or Abercrombie and Finch guys. You know those clothing brands like American Eagle and stuff like that. So like, what did you see growing up? Young models.
Yeah.
They weren't 18 years old, but
No,
that was what
girls,
high schoolers and middle schoolers wore. So that, and now I'm just like, bro, you're recruiting these for advertisements, but what are you where are these kids going after?
Yeah, where are these photos going?
Where are these great? You know what I mean? And then like, and then you start looking into more. Now, somehow the brand that takes yearbook pictures nationally, that guy that owns the company apparently was a co-conspirator too.
Yeah, for what was it, Life Touch, which I don't know about your generation. My generation, we were Life Touch.
No, that's what we were. And I'm pretty sure Life Touch is, I don't know, this year might be different.
I know.
But Life Touch has been the forever photograph for schools. And then it just makes you wonder, like, anything kid related, are these guys creeps? And it's sickening. It's scary. So it long story short, I really think it might not, but the war could have been started at this moment. It could have been started a couple months from now, but it could have been started at that moment just because of the heat from even the Epstein files.
Yeah.
And that's what's such a bad. The government is covering it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, if you're wealthy, it's so people like me who've been arrested. I was guilty right away before they want to figure out if I'm innocent.
Yeah.
Now, if you have money and you're wealthy, you're innocent until
you're proven
guilty.
guilty.
Dude.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
literally
crazy
that's
how much
what we're
privilege
seeing.
it buys,
And even if you're guilty, you still seem like you can get out of it.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
like
there's like I was reading about like the different consequences for people in how do you say it, like academia.
yeah,
Like different professors and stuff, because one of Jeffrey Epstein's like little girlfriends she went to like dental school at Columbia or something. So some of the professors had like I guess unethical, you could say, ties to
the higher up. I forget what they called him, but
the dean
of
or
Harvard.
something.
Harvard.
Yeah, like he was caught up in it.
Yeah, and he resigned. He's so guilty. He said, "I'm out. I'm leaving my." And that has been the Harvard guy for, dude, 40 years or something.
But it's crazy that like so many of these people got caught up in like the biggest consequences, like, oh, I resigned.
Yeah, when you already probably got 500 million in your bank account.
I'm like jail time.
Oh yeah.
Jail time if you were in the files.
Dude, at worst, jail time. It is so bad.
Well, I don't
and
want to say electric chair, but electric chair.
yeah, no,
You're in the
I
files.
want it to be a torturous death.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
It's nasty stuff.
but yeah, and it was just I wanted to freak out like that guy I saw at the airport. I mean, because it was just retaining so much information
I mean,
and
it's
like
how many pieces of information? It's like 3
million pages, and that's not even.
That's not all. It's not. I don't think it's
no.
even scratching the
No,
surface.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
And the way they show it is you have to do some really dark like work to really figure that stuff out. And they do it on purpose.
Yeah, for sure.
And I really thought, even if Trump is innocent, let's just say he is, okay? Because I don't even know anymore.
Innocent in terms of
doing something illegal. Like I know he knows Jeffrey
in
Epstein.
regards to the Epstein files.
Yes.
Okay.
Because nobody knows yet if he's guilty or not. But he obviously had some ties with Epstein. I don't know if they
Yeah.
were friends. I can't get the story right. But you also have to see, what I noticed with the thing about the Epstein thing is that the blackmailing's real. And I didn't know how big blackmail, meaning Jeffrey Epstein on a couple ones I saw was sending emails to himself from Jeffrey to Jeffrey, acting like Elon Musk, for example. Let me go to your island. So like if you met Jeffrey Epstein, and I've learned this from Congress, I felt like just from he owes you a favor, or like you could like he'll blackmail you. Like you hung out with me, you seen what I do. Now if if somebody you make sure you vote on this if you're a politician, you make sure you do this if you're a business person, whatever. Regardless, like I have dirt on you, and I think that's kind of like what Israel might have on America. Blackmailing.
They've got something.
They got something. But anyway, the blackmailing thing
is
is real. So like, Joe Rogan's in the files, but he's literally in the files just saying, I don't know who you are. I'm not going to this island.
Yeah.
And then he looked them up. So there's some names that are dropped in there just, fuck that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
there's like I saw that the girl from, did you ever watch the show Shameless?
Yeah.
The girl who plays
Yeah,
Fiona
but
was
when
in the files, but she was in the files because he was basically reaching out to her being like, you're beautiful.
Yeah. Just because your name's in there doesn't mean you're guilty.
And she was like, haha, like, thanks, I guess. And like, that was it. Like, that was the email.
The thing
interaction.
is, like, even if Trump didn't do anything illegal, let's say he even is the guy that helped. Like, the rumor is now is that he called the FBI and he got them. Regardless, let's say Trump is innocent from all of that and he did all that. Why is he fighting so hard to protect his friends, dude?
And that's,
That, like, dude, I don't care if he's innocent. How?
I don't think if you're protecting pedophiles, you're not innocent.
Exactly. That's
Even
what I mean.
if you physically didn't touch anyone, if you're protecting a pedophile, you're not innocent.
Dude, and that's why a lot of us guys that support, like, this is not the same Trump.
No.
This is not the same Trump. It's not even the same Trump he was a year and a half ago, dude.
Yeah, when he first got.
Yeah, and it's, I don't know, it's just been pretty disappointing, man. So now the goal is, let's get a revolution started, dude. Let's overturn this government. Yeah, right.
Careful what you ask
I know.
for. I don't know if I'd want to live through
You're
that.
right.
You
No,
know what
absolutely
I mean? Like,
not.
save that for like future generations. I don't
Or
know.
at least just like make it over quick. You know what I mean?
It's scary.
But and this whole war is like caused like terrorist attacks. You've been keeping up. There's been four what they're labeling as terrorist attacks, and 4 in the last 2 weeks. 2 of them were just yesterday. One involved a car with explosives running into a church called Temple of Israel in Ohio.
Yes.
Or Michigan. And there was a shooting in Michigan, something like that.
Yeah.
And all of it was, they found out one was trying to get recruited by ISIS. One was saying, death to Israel, Allah Akbar, whatever they say. That was a shooting. One was a car thing. A week or two ago, of course, only them, don't be offended, but white fucking liberals were in New York City freaking protesting some type of
like
illegal
ICE
stuff. And next thing you know, a dude screamed like Allah Akbar and like threw like a explosive device over top. It was actually a wild picture. It was a white dude and a guy like is jumping over top of him to throw this device. He's just gonna throw it and throw an explosion. But anyway, it's caused a lot of tension. And that was a terrorist attack that they were trying to make become like the Boston Marathon, that at least kill some people.
Yeah.
And but apparently it didn't go off. But anyway, if there is a big terrorist attack that happens, not like like a 9/11 type thing, or maybe like something like even
on a
anything
similar scale.
in a similar scale, I would not be surprised if they've only been in this country like in the last like 5 years. Because what this is doing, this is all conspiracy stuff, and I really wanted to talk to somebody about it.
Yeah.
What if, right, this whole Biden era with the open border was part of this agenda? What if our government or whatever it was tied into America so bad that they want America to fail so bad? Because you can't just leave a border. I feel like there had to be some type of agenda. And I feel like if there's a terrorist attack happen, $10 says that it was somebody that came in this country in the last 5 years through the open border.
Yeah.
Because they say they have sleeper cells. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Where they got people that just, like you and I, going to work, doing our damn
then they
thing,
get, like, that
and
one
to get that
phone
code
call
call,
one
and
day.
like, they could have
Yeah.
been living here for 10 years, living a normal life, and they say today's your day, and they
Yeah.
go do their whatever. We got that here. You know what I mean? And I know our government's watching it, so they say, but I don't know, man. It's getting to the point where I don't trust nothing, that I feel like it's all part of a plan.
Yeah.
And it's scary. I mean, I know you're 12 years younger than me, so I've
I thought
seen.
you were gonna say you're 12. And I was
No.
like, okay, I'll just
You're
go
12
home.
years younger than me, but like I've seen a lot more, and like talking to somebody, I feel like maybe you don't understand what I'm getting at and all that, but like, dude, I'm 35, I'm not 60, but 35 years from all the politics and everything I've seen growing up, like it's starting to feel like that. I don't know, I don't know, dude. It just doesn't make sense to me, dude.
Yeah.
I used to feel like they want to protect us, but
Yeah.
they don't, you know.
I think it's all about the money.
Well,
At the end of the day, it's all
money
about the
is the root
paycheck.
of all evil.
Yes, it
And
is.
every time I hear like there's like my buddy at work and I were talking about like
Yeah.
what is it with rich people? Like you get a lot of money and you just want to be a pedophile? Like what is it? Like if you have a lot of money,
that is a weird thing. It's like, dude, like you've already got it made. Like lay off.
why
Like,
are you
be
liking
normal.
7-year-olds? Like dude,
Gosh.
it's so weird.
I mean, it's like a power thing, or I don't.
Yeah.
My thing is like I don't want to understand it, because I feel like if you understand it,
Yeah.
there's something a little wrong with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
You know, you should be like very confused and disturbed by it.
Yeah, it's definitely weird, and Brittany and I were listening to this podcast. It was about Roblox, and you know that game Roblox. It's just
Yeah.
the kids love it, and what's even weird too is that it's getting like a $10 billion lawsuit for victims of like child predators, because how the game is made, as long as the game's making money, they don't care what you're doing.
Sure.
But they make this game with group, like they got chats, they don't have any like blockers on there, and these guys, like there's victims speaking out about, I was 12 years old and a guy met me on Roblox, came to my house and did whatever to me, and like even video games, I feel like nothing. You know, I just feel like there's always something trying to sneak in there. It's a scary world we live in.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what to trust anymore. So Brittany's like, kids can't play Roblox. I'm like, we can't say no to everything. We just gotta watch. You
That's
know
how
what I
my
mean?
parents were. I will say they did that very well, where they were like because I grew up in the era of social media
Yeah.
and cell phones
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff. By the
yeah.
time I was in high school, like Snapchat was
Yeah,
a thing. So
yeah.
it's like my generation, like we've already got a digital footprint out
Yeah,
there, and it's
yeah.
not great.
We didn't get cell phones until we were like in high school. And when I meant high school, like you were either a junior or senior when you got your first cell phone. So you know,
Yeah.
and it wasn't a flip phone. My first phone was a Nokia phone, and it didn't even have a flip phone. It was it had a flashlight on it, and everybody thought it was so cool. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because I had a flashlight on it. That was before cameras. You got to think about that. 2001, when that September 11th happened, we didn't have cameras on phones. Nobody had cell phones then. There were some, but they were them big, bulky ones that rich people had in their limos.
Oh gosh.
But so if you think about September 11th happened, all the camera footage we would have had if people had
Yeah.
had cameras and stuff. So, but anyway, I've ranted a lot, but I just
Should we talk about something happy?
Yeah. Let's talk about
What are your topics?
Yeah, I got for
Like,
one.
wait, now I'm
well,
sad.
listen, so your cat's named Stevie
Yes.
because
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie
Fleetwood
Nicks.
Mac.
Yes, you love Stevie Nicks. You love
I
Fleetwood
do.
Macs. Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because my mom really likes them. My dad cannot
Really?
Fleetwood Mac. He
They're
says
a
it's
phenomenal
music.
brand.
He
a
said
band.
music by cheaters for cheaters.
Why are they cheaters? Did they have their music written for them?
Well, I mean the drama, like like they're
cheater cheaters.
Like, they're cheating on each other,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh,
Yeah. But I mean, I tell you
Still
what,
good.
man. Some of their songs, biz hits, were because of a breakup.
I know, yeah, no. So they're definitely like one of my favorites. I mean, it's my parents were very strict about like what music we'd listen to. So it's like, it's so funny now because I'll be like talking to friends or whatever. They're like, you know this song from like 2011? I'm like, no, like we were only allowed to listen to, this is like very niche, WGTS 91.9. Does that ring a bell for you?
No.
It's the Christian radio station.
Dude, I am so glad you grew up that way too. You know I wasn't allowed to watch Harry Potter?
Yes.
Because
I do know
of
Brittany
witchcraft.
told me. I could watch Harry Potter. I couldn't watch High School Musical because my mom was like, there's no reason you need to know what high schoolers are up to.
Oh.
It's like, it's not like they were like having sex
So
and like
not
doing
only
drugs.
Harry
It was
Potter,
Disney Channel.
not even Harry Potter. I was kindergarten
Yeah.
telling people Santa wasn't real because my parents made sure
Yes,
Christmas
we
was.
believed in Santa.
Yeah, no. Christmas was Jesus' birthday. Santa Claus is just a cover up to act like Jesus is not his birthday. Like I was told all this stuff.
Yeah,
now
it's a marketing scheme.
Now my parents are like they're all like oh yeah, it's bringing Santa to the kids and all
so
that. It's
funny
so
with
funny.
the grandkids. They were like, screw your generation
but I
with
wouldn't
the
have watched Harry
grandbabies.
Potter because
Yeah.
of witchcraft. I remember my mom, my buddy one time, you know, at this point there's already been like there's already been a bunch of books out before the first movie came out. And I didn't grow up. That was the big thing in elementary school. Elementary schools were reading it.
Yeah.
And my buddy said, we're going to go to the movies. We're going to go see Harry Potter. And I was like, I don't know anything about it. And he's like, what do you mean? Well, my mom didn't know I was going to see movie Harry Potter until like, I guess I got there until he talked to she talked to the parents. My mom was so upset with me that I saw Harry Potter, and I was still an innocent kid at the time. Like, why? Like, you know what I mean? She's like, you know, it's witchcraft. That and also Ouija boards.
So it's funny you say that. I want to frame this for people who don't know me too well. Like, I grew up in a very religious household. I myself, as an adult, am not, like, you're not going to catch me at church.
Yeah.
I don't read the Bible, but that being said, like, I grew up that way, so it's still, like, very deeply ingrained in me and, like, a big part of who I am today.
Yeah.
Whether, you know, I'm on good terms with it or not. When I tell you, I am terrified of, like, you can't bring it around me. Like, I'll start crying.
Oh, I don't like it either.
I'm gonna
No,
start,
I don't like it either.
The
No,
Lord's Prayer,
No.
like reciting Bible verses.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, no, I don't
it
like it either.
freaks me out
This is the
so
thing,
bad.
right? So, and look,
I'm so like sweating thinking about it. I'm not okay.
like there was one time like we found a Ouija board. We were at like my cousin's house, and like I would play jokes with my mom, like, Mom, come down the steps, and I would have the Ouija board on there. I'd be like, Mom, and she'd be like, and she would actually believe it. Like,
That's so mean.
but though I have seen like. Have I seen a demonic possession? Maybe not, but like I know what good and evil is.
Sure.
I am a Christian. I do believe, you know, pretty much everything in the Bible. Like, but I do believe humans are definitely mixing it up. You know what I mean? Modifying it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So there's some type of agenda for that too as well.
Yeah.
So I have to like, but it's actually made me closer to God. I actually feel like. I feel like the fact that like I'm not doing my own research because I still go to church, I still listen to my pastor and all that stuff, but I do take some things with a grain of salt because I've been going to church for a long time since I was a kid, and it's the same chapters. Right? And I'm just like, is it the school they go to that tell them to teach only on these chapters? Because there's some chapters that I've never heard of before, and every now and then I'll flip open a chapter just to see what it says, and it's stuff that you never hear pastors
there's
talk.
some crazy like.
There's one chapter I pulled up on.
There's like crazy lore in the Bible.
Yeah,
like, it was a wild time to be
like
alive.
I'm telling you, in the Old Testament, if you got caught stealing, you got your hand chopped off.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's stuff like and
Hands
like,
down.
you don't get talked about.
See what
that.
I did there?
Yeah, hands down. We did I liked it, but like it's just that it's just stuff that they don't. Why don't they teach some of that? I have had one pastor even talk about Revelations, and the thing is, even if you're not, a believer, you know what Revelations is.
Oh yeah.
Because that is the where everybody goes to when it says the end of the world, and out of all my millions of churches, millions of Sundays, I've only had one speak on Revelation. But even that, with it being a big chapter, nobody ever I know more about the story of Revelations than my parents do. And if you actually read Revelations, it's actually kind of like, it's almost not believable, because it's like, how does the Bible go from one thing to, next thing you know, you're going to have a person is a human with a skeleton or a scorpion tail with four heads. It actually gets like fairy tale-ish, right? And like, is it like, do people have a heart? Look, I believe in, like, there's some things in the Bible, like when Moses split the sea, when he was when he was trying to free the Egyptians or whatever, and then they wiped them out. Flee the slaves. They, if you can, it's on the images now. In the Red Sea, I think it's where it was. There's golden chariots. Now they found like 10 years ago. Golden chariots, because that's what you built shit out of back then. In the sea, they got coral reefs on them. They got, like, they're in there. Hundreds of them.
Yeah.
That's the only story we know of something like that happening. So that's a story that, but anyway, and I truly believe that vision in Revelations is, I do think that exact things. I think we're going to see something that our minds can't get our wrapped. Like, we may see a creature like that.
Yeah.
But also, though, I feel like maybe it's not talked on because it's
scary.
It definitely is scary, because the Bible's supposed to be uplifting. Miracles happen. Next thing you know, it's talking about people are going to be in pain for thousands of years. Judgment Day and all that. And but the thing is, though, like, I still think there's some type of, like, it made me closer to God. That's what I said. I feel like it made me closer to God, trying to, like, my brother-in-law, well, he's not my brother-in-law, he's my cousin's fiance, but he goes, like, he's like, dude, did it get you closer to God? And I was like explaining the same thing to him, and he goes, dude, you're losing your religion. And I'm like, I am. He's like, dude, don't take that in a bad way. And I was like, I'm not fading away from church. I'm not fading away from teachings. I'm just trying to, like, get closer my own self. You understand what I'm saying? Like, instead of relying on other people, so like, my skepticism made me dig in more on myself, so it made me feel like I'm getting more connected because I'm doing my own reading now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because I'm that type of guy now. I want to do my own research, because what can you believe these days?
Yeah, I know.
Anything gets twisted. You know what I mean? So it's made me closer to God. And he said, like, dude, I was losing my religion. And I was like, first off, I like that song. And do you know that REM? Oh, life is bigger, and I'm losing my religion. It's like, I thought that I heard you laugh. REM, I think, is the band. It's the same band that sings, like, it's the end of the world.
I know that one.
And we know it. But anyway, I guarantee if I play that song, Losing My Religion, you would know.
I'd recognize it, probably.
Definitely. But yeah, I just think there's skepticism and some type of modification and agenda for a lot of things. We've been talking for well over an hour.
Really? We hit the hour mark?
We're past. I think we're past that by a couple minutes. But if do you have anything? Do you have anything you want to ask me on there? Like, my opinion on anything?
I don't know now. Oh, you know what I was going to ask you while we were on the topic? Do you believe in the rapture?
Yeah.
I get so freaked out sometimes, like, when I'm driving. Have you seen those bumper stickers where it's like, if there's a rapture, this car will be without a driver or whatever? Have you ever seen those?
Yes. Yeah.
Freaked out.
Yeah.
Well, like,
have you ever seen the movie Left Behind?
I read the books. My mom made me
so you
read
know
the
what
books.
it is. Okay, so we weren't much readers growing up. I wish I was. But those movies we saw, and
I never watched those movies.
I mean, I'm sure the book's better than everybody says that. But you get the concept, right? People that are chosen, they're gonna get lifted up. They're gone. They're just gonna be gone. And I say, I do believe that. I mean, it's hard to believe, but, like, it used to be hard for me to believe. But I don't know. I've seen things work in my life and things around me to make me feel like there's there's no way there's nothing else out there. You know, I don't think it's just us. Just even the way nature is.
Yeah.
Everything plays a part. Why this animal survives, we need this animal to survive. So
Like the
this,
way the food
you know what I
chain
mean?
works.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
food chain, just like, and then decomposition goes right back into like the circle of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just like the way that, you know, just how every animal has their camouflage, and just the way the world allegedly spins. I'm stuck on this flat Earth theory right now too.
Oh gosh.
I don't believe in the flat Earth.
Okay.
I think that's bullshit. But what the flat Earth theory has brought me to is Antarctica. You know this whole crap with Antarctica?
Be more specific.
So, right, countries all got deals with each other. They all got hatred towards each other, trades with each other. But the one thing they can agree on, they all have a treaty where they can't explore a certain part of Antarctica.
Oh.
So that's the only thing in the world that all these countries agree on. They all got their own designated spot. Now, when they do tourists out there, they don't let you go to a certain spot. So what Flat Earth has brought me was that, like, maybe there's more land out there now, or they're hiding stuff. I think there's a lot of government testing or tunnels and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
the Flat Earth theory got me to out there that they're holding like reptilians. After the ice wall, there's like another like world out there with like grass, like another more land out there. And I don't think the world's flat because it just makes no sense to me with gosh. But I also don't believe we landed on the moon when we said we did either.
Yeah.
That's another one too.
I'm actually with you on that one. I can
Yeah.
get behind that one. Something's a little.
What with the moon thing?
Yeah. Well,
Because I
think
was a
just
big
in general, just
yeah.
anything you.
I
Any
know.
information that comes directly from the government's just like a
I
little like,
know.
are you
Yeah, when the
sure?"
government tells you to trust them, that's when I feel like I trust them. the
Yeah,
least,
I
you
know. It's like, no, you can trust us, and it's like, okay, so we definitely shouldn't
Yeah,
be
but you
listening
also
to you.
like, I mean, like I feel like when the government also gets their hands on something, it gets way more expensive and way more chaotic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, like the price of school didn't get so expensive until we had our own little Department of Education. In 1980, when we signed that, you used to be able to just pay a couple thousand to go to college a year. You
Yeah.
know, now it's like $80,000 in a year, you know, to go to a specific college and
Yeah.
stuff. And
Just like a state school at that. Too.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It's probably not even like out of state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way more than that it'd be worth. But yeah, just anything the government touches, chaotic and all that. But I think there might be more out there. And it was if you going down that little rabbit hole, like why does every country agree on that? But nothing like they got their little bickering, but they all know not.
Agree on Antarctica.
Yeah, they all got their own spot. They only got their own little specific little. They got a treaty out there. They can't. And then you learned about this guy named Admiral Byrd, or I think that's his last name, or General. Some dude in World War II discovered it, Project High Jump. You'll learn about all that stuff if you dig into it. But yeah, that flat Earth. I don't believe in that, but it made me start realizing like they're hiding something out there in Antarctica.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, but they gotta-
It would make sense for them too.
Yeah, I
Because the average person, like someone like us, we're not going to be like, yeah, let's go to
would-
Antarctica
yeah,
tomorrow.
let
and
me
figure
go
out.
scope out and freeze my
Yeah.
ass off
Yeah.
in Antarctica.
It's like, ooh, no.
No grass, just snow and ice and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the safest spot where they can do everything.
Probably where they're hiding Epstein.
That could be
I'm just
true.
kidding.
No, that could be true.
Yeah.
Did you see? I saw a picture. They were like, oh, they saw a picture of this guy a couple months ago that looked like an older Epstein, and they're all like, he's there in Israel, saved and all that. I mean,
Don't
who
say
knows
that,
though, man?
yeah.
Who
I think
knows?
anything's possible.
Yeah, all I know is that our government is involved, the biggest cover up in history. So, there's one more thing I did want to. So, okay, I don't want to bring it up, but so I want to say you're independent.
You think so?
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
know so. And one of the examples was when we had that ice storm, right? My
Oh, I
parents.
thought you were talking about politically, and I was like,
No.
okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think you're one of them
I'm
far
like,
left lunars, dude.
yeah.
I do not think
I
that.
try to be reasonable. I
Yeah,
try
no,
to
you
be,
have
like,
to be these days.
open-minded.
And I honestly think a lot of this whole failed Epstein files things is actually I'm able to talk to people on the left more now. But I'm also
Yeah.
not as far MAGA as I was either, though.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not. So I'm also adjusting. But oh, what was I gonna say?
I'm independent.
Oh yeah, so you're an independent woman, right? So oh, so the whole ice storm that happened, right? Your parents don't pay your rent.
No.
My parents don't pay my rent, right? My parents will treat me on a vacation because they can now. We grew up very poor, you know, but they also know I'm not going to be able to do a vacation if, you know, I didn't have their money, you know. I would, so it's really, and they also want to see their grandkids.
Yeah.
But for the most part, 99%, Brittany and I are independent, 99% you're independent.
Yeah.
I saw you were not willing to spend $60, $80 to get your car shoveled out. You're like, that $80 means enough to you to do it yourself. Same reason why I shoveled my snow. But you don't have to disclose it, but are you on the fat shot?
Do I look like I am?
No.
I'm not on Ozempic.
I won't post this. I really wanted to ask
I'm
this.
not on Ozempic.
So the only reason I bring it up because I have yeah, and if there's anything you ask me, like, can you please, I'll edit it out.
Okay.
But I don't think we've said anything, right?
I don't think I've said anything. Cancel.
Yeah, no, we didn't say anything get canceled, but I just didn't know for your opinion reasons, like but we've just been talking. But the only reason I'm asking, right, is because I know you've seen some of my Facebook. I'm brutal about it, right?
You're very passionate about the topic.
Yeah, I am very passionate. Thank you for reiterating that. But
I'm trying to sugarcoat it. I work in sales. I'm
but
like, it's fine.
it's just that so it's not about the weight loss, right? That you know, I know people want to lose their weight, but when you change your diet, when you become independent, when you start doing your own research on how to better your life, it gives you discipline as a person. And the way some people we hang out with or people in our circle, it's just and just I hate to bring it up, the way that people shun people in NA and how that's okay. I think that's kind of like a little touchy subject for me too, because when I smoked weed, I got shunned.
Yeah.
I got shunned like I was in the Amish and I hung out with the regular citizens and they shunned me from the community. And I see how they act with people just even on mental health meds. Some people are weird about that.
Yeah.
Some people won't take an ibuprofen that has a prescription with my name on it. The only reason it's a prescription is because you can't get 800 milligrams at a frickin' or 600. I know. I take 3 anyway. You know what I mean? Like
I'm like, I'm gonna take it till it adds up to 800.
But my whole point of all this, like, I wasn't trying to get personal about it. It's just that, like,
it's okay. I'm on
that,
the
like,
podcast. I think you should post this part.
the diet changing, or even the exercise, or even just the research on how to, it does something to you. It gives you discipline, right? And I see people that they see it's so attractive, right? These people didn't change their diet. Instead of eating 3 pieces of pizza, their shot just makes them eat 1.
Yeah.
You know? And I know, I told Brittany she can do whatever she wants and all that stuff, you know, and the main thing is just the discipline, and that's what I wanted, and it's just, I just think it's such, it is the shot of the year. It's long past the COVID shots.
Yeah.
The shot of the year now is
Pfizer.
Yeah, it beat Pfizer out. Sorry, Pfizer, you're done.
Yeah.
But Ozempic and the other name ones and all that, it's just that, like, I just have such a disappointment in it. I don't know. I have such a passion in it. And it's mainly because not only with AI, with more, and I hate Big Pharma. I've seen it mess up my life.
Same.
I've seen it mess up my dad's life. I'm not saying it's all bad, okay? But we all know Big Pharma here in America is different than any other country.
I think if you're an addict too, it's just like naturally, you're a little jaded to it.
Yeah, and then they all sell it to each other. Like, I went to my first NA meeting like a couple weeks ago, and in like a year. Yeah, it was somebody's celebration. It was like a month ago maybe.
Okay.
But still though, it was my first one in probably over a year.
Yeah.
The rooms have gotten lighter. And I'm not talking about less people going to the meetings.
It's a crazy way to phrase it.
The rooms are small.
Everyone's skinny now.
Exactly,
yeah,
right?
It's crazy.
And it's everybody, right? And then you find out that this person got it from this person. Yeah. And then I say, so what, you sell drugs and NA? And they're like, well, technically, I don't want to say that. And I'm like, why? Because it's the truth and it makes you sound bad that you're selling drugs and NA, you know? And they're all like, you know, and then you got some people that are just taking shit just because everybody else is not working out, not changing their diet, you know?
Well, and it's crazy.
It's so attractive, and I get it. It's so easy to do, you know what I
sure.
mean? But like the discipline is the main thing in all this, and that's why it bothers me.
And the weight doesn't stay off if you're not making, and like I've been trying to lose a little bit of weight, and I've absolutely been tempted to go on the shot. One of the big reasons is like I just don't have disposable income like that. Like I'm cheap enough as is, but I'm not paying for like what are you talking about?
I know you have to pay money now,
and it's like you either get it like so I'm not going to be able to get a legitimate prescription for it because I'm not pre-diabetic and I don't have enough weight to lose where a doctor would be like, oh,
you're
like here's a little bit of a booster, you know what I mean? I'm not going to get it off one of these websites. Like I think like Hers does it or something. It's like $300 a month, which like to some, if you can afford that,
go
like,
for
great.
it. But I'm not spending an extra. I can't afford
That's
it.
my car payment.
I mean, exactly.
I'm not doing that personally.
I just paid that today.
I'll just buy
today
clothes
was my car.
with that.
Today was my car payment day. Yeah, get yourself clothes or something, and if you got the money for it and all that, I mean, whatever. But like, it's just. It's not helping you.
Yeah.
It's the same thing you brought up earlier with the whole AI thing. It's making you not work, right? You're going to go to the AI to just even tell you to like, I have anxiety right now. Can you count to 10 for me? You know, like give me breathing treatments or whatever. What's 50 plus 50? You know what I mean? You get, and that's what AI is going to do. And this is exactly what this shot's going to do. It's just, I don't know, man. It just really hurts me to see how, because I'm was part of the NA community, and I seen how they treat other people and treated me on some certain things and the contradicting stuff, and then I just see those same exact people and they won't even admit that they're doing drugs, and it's like it's hard to admit you're doing drugs if it's not meth or heroin or fentanyl or whatever.
Sure.
I get it.
If you're not nodding out.
But exactly. But the concept of it is still there. And I don't know anybody that got off the shot and stayed off the shot.
No.
They're on it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I try to be sympathetic to both sides, right? So it's like, I mean, my take on it is like if you're on the shot and it's not a legitimate prescription, right? Like if you're getting it from a friend of a friend.
That was always the leeway in NA. If it's your prescription, you're safe. You know what I mean?
If it's legit, it's legit.
You're
need
safe.
it.
You know what I mean? You get a tooth pulled, that's when people are like, your prescription is Perk 5s, go ahead. You know, you know, not
obviously,
going.
like take with caution.
Yeah, obviously,
like,
but the prescription, that's you're good. But 99% of these people don't have. There are some people that do have them prescribed whatever. You're outside of this topic. But if you're not changing anything, you're back into this topic. You're one way in, you're one way out. But that, and it's just, it's a very touchy subject for me. I'm not trying to get you wrapped up in it because I know I'm very vocal about it. I just don't get to talk about anybody because everybody's on it. Everybody's defended it yet. And I just want them to feel my pain and what I'm seeing, because what y'all were seeing with me is how I'm seeing it with you guys, because I only want what's better for my best friends, and you guys only want what's better for me as being your best friend, you know. And it's just that, like, and you know me, dude, I like to catch the hypocrisy, you know.
I got you.
I got you. You know what I mean? Because, dude, I mean, it's only because that's how I was the biggest liar, biggest thief, biggest manipulator. I you know what I mean? And like, and I was always told, and like, even though I'm not in the program, I always know there's a couple things that are very important to just naturally help yourself. As long as you hold yourself accountable and stay humble, that will instantly change the way you look at things as a personality. I am not as resentful, just because, and acceptance. Acceptance is another thing too. And I mean, those are the three things that, like, I just try to live by, and the program talks about that. Accountability,
absolutely.
you know what I mean? Stay humble, you know, and just, things happen. You just got to accept it, you know? And I still love everybody, you know, but I just, that, like, I don't know if you, I mean, out of the circle of friends, you know, a majority of the circle of friends I'm in, I'm the black sheep out of all of them.
Sure.
And I'm not taking it as a bad way. I'm just very passionate on topics that not your average person's, you know, I guess. And I do a lot more research, you know, instead of just like, I'm guilty sometimes. I see a clip on the internet. I'm like, oh yeah, that's got to be true because it's like what I believe and I find out it's not real. Now, I will admit that it's wrong and all that, but it's just that like I'm the black sheep out of all of them. And the same, it's just, I don't know. I just look at things different when I try to compare it. Now, if I didn't like ever like relapse or smoke weed or anything like that, I don't know if I would look at him the same way about this shot because I felt like I was shunned over something like real minor, and it wasn't like when I'm using the word shunned because I was shunned. It wasn't like, oh, Michael, or I see what they do to other people. Like you literally get shunned. Like, you know, they like forget about you, or, you know, I guess that's a way of accountability or showing hurt love or whatever they call it, hard love, tough love, yeah. But in my way, in my opinion, I feel like I'm trying to do the same thing back, but I still love everybody.
Yeah.
But it's just that like I am so proud of the people. There's not many of them left that are trying to live in their means, not spending that extra money and doing the discipline and work. I wasn't always, I was naturally gifted for sports. I just grew up with an athletic family, right? So I was blessed. Like I could literally not practice all summer and I know I'm starting for the football team. You know, it's just because I was gifted. I'll admit it. I'm good. I was gifted with that.
Just like a naturally athletic guy.
Then I have people that are going to be starters, but the thing is they had to work all summer. You know what I mean? 5 days a week they're running, you know. But the thing is, I look at them way better than me. I was just gifted with the ability. You worked hard to get that spot, you know? And I would, you know, and like that would actually beat me up. That actually hurt me in life, you know, because as I got to the college level, I relied on that natural ability. Yeah. At that point, these people live and breathe this and they're trying to make it their career, you know? So they're surpassing my athletic ability, you know? But it's just the hard work is just that, like, because I work hard to get where I'm at now and all this stuff. So I don't know. It's just that shot is just such a touchy subject for me, dude. And it's out of love. Yeah. It's out of love. It's not to beat anybody down.
Yeah, it makes someone feel bad.
You know, but
it's just like one of those. I hate to say it, it's a gray area. Yeah. It's like, are you getting? Look, this is what I believe. Like, are you getting high off the shot?
No,
high off the shot. If you are getting it. And this is not going to make people happy. If you're getting it and it's not a legitimate prescription, I personally don't feel like you're living clean. Now, that's not like I've pushed a lot of boundaries since I got clean, like some very questionable things where it's like you're not getting high, but like my big thing is I'm always dating people who are getting high. And that's not living clean either, you know what I mean? So it doesn't come from a place of judgment, but it's just like
you're not living clean. I'm not saying
I'm not saying like go pick up a white key tag.
I'm not either.
What I mean? It's not like, all right, you got to start the steps all over again.
I see some people that are like part of the H&I committee and I'm just like, bro, if some of these people that are 30 days clean knew you were doing this, like they would not ever come back to NA. Like this is allowed, you know what I mean? It's just I don't know. I was real passionate in NA at one point and it's just, and it saved my life. It did. I mean, it's made me work out, live the way I can, but yeah, anyway, I just,
I wanted to ask. I'll always say that I think you should come back to NA.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's just how I am. Where it's like give it another shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, it's just kind of just after not going for a while, like I just got used to not going. But like, I mean, you see my house too. I got 2 kids.
You got 2 kids under 4.
You know, I mean, I'm even considering I've considered not playing softball this year. That's how exhausting it is. And like, I need my athleticism. You know.
You need to be.
So I am playing softball, but it's like. Some weeks it's only going to be once a week, you know, and that is different from 4 to 5 nights a week that was guaranteed, you know, and it's just the life of growing up being a family man and all that. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. I just wanted to ask somebody that, you know.
Yeah.
Because if I ask the guys that are on the fucking shot.
And I mean, I think it's just like weight's a touchy subject for people.
Yeah. In general. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. No one likes to talk about it. It's awkward. And
it's just a shame that, like, you know, I run to, are you on the shot now? Somebody like, it's not like, oh, you worked hard or you going to the gym. Yeah. Like, I instantly just say, how long have you been on the shot? Yeah, because they didn't lose 5 pounds in a month. They lost 20 in 5 days.
Which is just like a scary. My thing with it, with people who are on the shot, I'm like, how are you guys like still standing?
Yeah.
Like,
You have to.
I gotta eat throughout the day. I also work a job where I'm like, I'm on my feet.
Yeah.
I'm not working an office desk.
I tell you
job.
what, that shot is interesting because I've asked my cousins and they just got on it
Mm-hmm.
and they already heard my shit, right?
Yeah.
And they
heard the rant.
Yeah, and they said, bro, we don't disagree with you. And I was like, okay, it doesn't bother you? And they're just like, look, man, it's weight gain is a problem. And I was like, okay, well, I want you guys, it was just normal conversation talking. But at the very end, I was like, I want you to let me know when you get off this shot and you're off it for like 3 months. Because I haven't met a single person.
I don't think I've met. I'm sure there's someone out there who is.
I don't know because I ask, I'm sure there is. I'm not saying there isn't. But there's some people who've been on it for well over a year and they're still on it.
How long are you, like, medically?
It's only supposed. I was always told it was only like a couple month thing, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
never
know.
Got
I
it,
never
so
got
I don't
it.
know what the medical advice
and I know
would
everybody's
be.
buying it off of drug dealers, so they don't care how many times you use it.
It's
you know what I mean?
crazy.
So,
I'd be afraid to get it off the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one more thing.
Okay.
What did they talk about? This is a really exciting one. So I know. All right. So I know you see my sweatshirt, the Quality Leering sweatshirt, right?
The what?
The Quality Leering sweatshirt.
I don't know.
No.
If I've seen
Okay.
it.
So anyway, the big joke about it is that like I've known about it for years. Like the state of Minnesota, big fraud state, just like every other
Sure.
state. But
Thank
this one's
poor
been
Minnesota.
they have been highlighted for years. Finally, this big YouTuber went to Minnesota to go. He went there just to see a protest, right?
Yeah.
And then some guy recognized him on YouTube and said, "Dude, we need an influencer." He's like, "Are you here for the fraud?" And he said, "What fraud?" You know? And the guy's like, "Dude, all these daycares here, not a single. I've been living here my whole life, and I've never seen a kid go in and out of here." So this guy goes to all these freaking daycares and stuff in the middle of the daytime, like 11 a.m., 2 p.m.
Yeah.
When kids should
Be
be
in
in.
daycare, yeah.
You know, they got the windows blocked off. They're
Yeah.
not letting them in. One of them was supposed to be called the Quality Learning Center, but they forgot the N. And it said Quality Leering Center. So long story short, this is where I was leading to. At the very end, I got the point to it. So the main thing is Somali. They were all Somalians,
Sure.
right? Minnesota is a sanctuary.
It's
Minneapolis
a sanctuary
city, yeah. Minneapolis is sanctuary city, which is a new thing that just came around the last couple of years. And the head congresswoman is from Minnesota, and she's Somalian. Tim Walz was Kamala's vice president,
Yes.
who's the governor of Minnesota.
Yeah.
So he already had a target on his back, and we've known Minnesota. But even before he was governor, Minnesota has been
It's always been the problem.
Yes, it always felt like it is. So anyway, this guy discovers all this fraud. He finds out that the federal government gives each one of these daycares $1.9 million a year
That's crazy.
for a grants. It's stuff they don't have to pay back, right?
Yeah.
Taxpayer money. So the big joke about all that was that like he got sweatshirts printed out, Quality Leering. All those daycares are shut down because they've been proven for fraud, right? So anyway, so the whole thing is you're just doing this white supremacy because it was a white YouTuber found Somali and he's like, bro, you just so happen to be Somali, dude.
Yeah, he could have been another white guy.
So now this turns around to today's age, right? So like what people right now are getting a lot of the hate? What type of people? I'll give you a hint. Israel, what's out there?
The Jews?
Yes, exactly. Right? Don't you feel like right now they're getting a lot of hate?
They always have historically.
They have, but I feel like it's like...
The heat's a little high right now. That is not an okay joke to make.
No, it's not anymore.
I'm so sorry. That
Oh, dude, I just got the joke.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Take it back.
I didn't even notice.
I'm so sorry to anyone that's Jewish. It's just a term of phrase.
And I didn't even catch on right away. But anyway, so there's this guy now, right? Who's like going around, like, I didn't know this. So when I work in some of these neighborhoods, I work in these neighborhoods, and I mean, the weirdest neighborhood of them all, like when I was telling you about the different races, is these Jewish neighborhoods. Like they have like like Jewish mart, Jewish church. Like the word Jewish or something
like
along
in
the it's just named
okay.
that, right? It's like yo, this is owned by Jewish people, or this is a community Jewish. So and like they're all stuck up. I swear they are, but anyway. Somebody said, okay, with all this like Jewish stuff, they're gonna do some research. This guy's going around to all these like communities. Come to find out, dude, Jewish people are mostly white, right? Dude, they're even in some of these communities, they're living off welfare, and they admit that the government is paying for their 6 to 8 kids that they're having. They don't have jobs. They all come with old money somehow. And it's not a Somali thing. It's not a black thing. It's not a Asian thing and all that. But I want to make sure that people, if you think it's a white supremacy finding fraud, it's not, because we're starting to discover that even some of these Jewish communities are frauding our government.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Anyone of any race
Yeah,
is
that's what I mean. Yeah, so
capable of that.
so it's actually kind of crazy because I'll be honest with you, like it is so rare to see a white race be highlighted like that. I mean, I'm not wrong, right? I mean, it's just kind of like, it's just the world we run in. I mean, we're predominantly a white country, I guess. And but anyway, it's kind of that's going to start. It's brand new within the last couple days. I think that information is going to start getting out there that even some of these rich communities are frauding our government.
Yeah.
And our government allows it. So that's kind of why I got really excited to talk about, because I didn't tell anybody
I'm still
about it.
sweating from making that joke. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And I'm like, what joke?
You were like, what are you talking? Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh man, so
I stress myself out.
that's good, man. It's almost 9 o'clock.
All right.
I don't want to keep you here any later.
I have to work tomorrow.
I know, and I have a softball tournament.
Good luck.
So
break a leg. Just kidding.
Did you? Oh, here goes another side joke. Watch me break my leg now.
Don't do that.
But anyway, did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah,
That was nice, wasn't it? Just a little talk, you know.
did.
You and I got to talk by ourselves, you know, and I didn't have my wife knocking my back, coming in with a joke at me all the time. You two teaming up on me. Look at this idiot, you know. You know. So, but no, thanks for coming out. I'm glad you came out.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for doing that little intro thing. I know that like it might have been weird for me to ask you. It was kind of cool, though, wasn't it?
Funny,
wasn't it?
I
Yeah.
was like, this will be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just because everyone thinks I'm shy.
Yeah.
And
Oh
it's
yeah.
like,
So when
don't-
people tell me you
yeah.
have Emily on, I'm like, I see her a couple times a week, dude.
You're like, she actually hasn't shut up one time.
I
since
can't
7
stand her,
foot.
dude. She yells louder than my
Okay,
kids. No. No, and then Caleb's like, dude, you gotta get that whole Xbox mic on her mouth, dude.
It's crazy that the human version of Eeyore.
I know.
me
Had to
to
say
say
that,
that about
right?
me.
I know. That guy's
Okay.
got a rain cloud around all the time.
know.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna show him we're saying this right now. He's like, fuck you guys, Michael. It's literally what he sounds like. But
Well,
anyway.
I'm shy, so.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop the video.
Okay.
For my little fun thing, we're gonna take a picture.
Okay. Can we take like a classic, like